Well, I think we just have to hear both sides first before we decide what to do with the case or with the prayer for issuance of HDO and alias warrant.
Sir, the IBP saying dahil dinismiss na nung 2011 ni Judge Sarabia, dapat wala ng jurisdiction ang
Well, they can,
parties.
yeah, okay. They can raise whoever wants to raise it before the court, then they can raise it. I cannot summarily say na wala because unang-una everybody knows this is a new thing. So it requires study. Hindi naman yan something that you just rule on overnight or even a few hours after you got the pleading, So even the lawyers will know that it's not as easy as that.
Ano po yun, sir? Clarify ko lang, it's not a new, it's a new thing? Tama?
Well,
Yung sinabi niyo?
I think it is quite on record that an amnesty that is being what they call is being recalled or revoked, or I understand from the media the terminology is also it is void ab initio. Okay, so those things are not in our jurisprudence as of today. Okay, as far as I know, I am not aware of any jurisprudence or law pertaining to that is squarely in point to this case. So that is why there is a need for further study. That's why there is also a need to listen to the others and see what they have to say.
Judge, are you treating it as a new case, or
I'm treating it as every case that comes around. That's all. I mean, of course, there are complications. There are what do you call this? Every case is unique in itself. Okay, so you just treat it the way it should be treated.
Judge, given that it was dismissed in 2011, has the dismissal become final and executory?
Frankly, that will be a matter dependent on the assessment also of the developments right now. Okay. The issue is whether that can still be reopened or not. That's obviously one of the issues that has to be resolved by the court.
Sir, Judge, but as far as 148 is concerned, that case has been dismissed, no?
There is an order of dismissal by previous Judge Sarabia.
And that was because the basis for that was?
To my recollection, it is the amnesty that was given, that was availed by the senator.
Sir, for illustration purposes lang, when somebody avails of the amnesty, it extinguishes the crime.
It should, yes, it should. But whether, in other words, that is not the issue here. It appears to me that there may be other issues. It's not as simple as the availment of the amnesty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, at least there are other issues being raised. I don't like to talk about the issues right now because they will have to be addressed more formally, and after proper hearing.
what about the issue of double jeopardy? Some are raising that.
That's also a matter that has to be reviewed. The classic or the general rule is, of course, when the case has been decided one way or the other, okay, let's say there is no conviction, then, or the case is dismissed, there should be double jeopardy. I mean, the issue of double jeopardy, the matter of double jeopardy sets in. But whether that is applicable to this particular case, as I said earlier, given the different nuances that have arisen, I really cannot commit and say that it should be equally applicable here. All I can say is that we will study the matter closely. Everybody will, I'm sure, including the IBP and all the others. We can only say that there is a what do you call this? There are precedents to what we might say are classical cases, but this is not a classical case. This is, as I said, it looks to me like a unique case. Okay, so and I don't think we can just reduce it to mere generalities or what do you call this, conclusions by people who may not have even seen the documents.
Sir, once academic, if an amnesty has already been granted, can it be recalled?
Can it be recalled? Well, in this particular case, that is an issue. So I don't believe I can make a comment to that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Judge, sabi ni
Hindi
Justice
nangyari na po, na gano'n, na-recall.
As far as I know, there is none. But that is not necessarily conclusive. Okay, on this court, given the developments. Nasa ano yan eh. It depends on how the lawyers will argue it and how the court will assess it, no? By the way, if I remember correctly, this morning, I think I heard in the news that a pleading or case might be filed with the Supreme Court, perhaps addressing all of these matters. So, siguro, we wait for what action the senator will do. Okay. Parang narinig ko lang yan, I just don't know whether it's going to be...
So if that happens, if they go up to the SC, will that stop us from hearing
It
this?
depends on the kind of document they file there. Okay, marami kasing possible remedy, one of which is, let's say, Rule 65. Okay, kung yan ay available, hindi ko alam. It all depends on what they use as a remedy. So, as far as the court is concerned, it will just work with what the rules say and what jurisprudence. If there's no jurisprudence, we will use our heads.
Sir, procedurally, can Trillanes case before your court, yung factual issues kung unfounded ba yung proclamation ng Pangulo, can he present the factual issues before your court?
Eventually, yes. I think the factual issues may have to be threshed here. Also, the Supreme Court may decide to take cognizance of that. But remember, the Supreme Court may on its own decide to take cognizance of that also. Not necessarily, if they say they will take cognizance of it, they will.
Judge,
They will abide.
reaction lang, sabi ni Justice Secretary kahapon, kapag na-reopen na daw yung kaso dito, it will only be for the purpose of issuing a warrant or promulgating the decision na meron naman na daw dati. Hindi na daw pwedeng mag-trial ulit.
I have to try to review the records with respect to that, no? Because I have to review that because to my recollection, the order was issued before of course, they were not able to present evidence on their part, si Senator Trillanes, because he already accepted the amnesty. At least that is the allegation. No? So there may still be trial with respect to the defense. But we should not, jump this too early. Kumbaga sa we have to wait for whatever resolution may be forthcoming from here, as well as from the Supreme Court, if a case is filed in the Supreme Court. No. As far as I'm concerned, while everybody is listening to the people who have filed the case, the court will just have to work privately on the matter.
Judge, sorry to ask, but it's such a big issue considering that the order to apprehend Senator Trillanes came from the President himself.
Oh.
So, on your part, wala ka namang balak pa mag-inhibit ngayon? Are you
Well,
planning to...
as far as the court is concerned, as far as I am concerned, the case is supposed to be here. Will anybody ask for my inhibition? If anyone should ask for my inhibition, I will just cross the bridge when I get there. Okay, it's just one of those cases that is around here. So kung they do not believe that I can handle this properly for fairly, then I'm not going to hang on to the case.
Pero voluntary inhibition.
There is no reason for me to voluntarily inhibit as far as I can see. I don't think there's any reason for me to inhibit.
Judge, if the government is saying that si Senator Trillanes should not have qualified for amnesty,
Okay.
what is its effect on the dismissal of the charges?
That's going to be one of the things that will be, I'm almost sure that is one of the questions that will be raised during the proceedings. Okay.
Judge, did you find something from yesterday that led you to order kahapon na i-hearing na lang muna instead of yung gusto ng DOJ na agad-agad mag-issue ng alias warrant?
Well, siguro it's just that there's a need to listen to both parties. As I said earlier, it's not exactly a standard, it is unique in itself. So we have to listen to everybody before I make any ruling.
Judge, for the record, is someone from the executive reaching out to you?
Pressure.
Meron
No,
bang
no.
nagpe-pressure, may
Definitely not. No one is ever approached me for anything. At least in this particular case, I don't think anyone will even try, frankly.
Sir, procedurally, can the RTC have jurisdiction sa pag-find ng merit kung valid ba yung proclamation ni President?
There's a factual side to that, and there's a legal side to that. My thinking is, at the very least, in the factual side, the court may have jurisdiction. But with respect to the legal, naturally, we will also have to make a pronouncement. But most likely, the one that will be holding is whatever the Supreme Court will say.
But
Okay.
you will pass on that issue. Will you decide?
If it is there and I have to rule on it, I will probably. But I am not really sure at this point in time, no. Basta what we're sure of is from the factual aspect. If they throw it at me, in other words, if a case is filed with the SC and they throw that issue to me, then I have to resolve that. With respect to the legal issue, generally it should be them, because this is a presidential proclamation. Okay, but if it is thrown, or if there's a need based on the document, if I'm convinced that I should have to resolve that aspect also somehow, maybe I will consider, but only to the extent that the issues before me will be rested or will be resolved.
Sir, factual meaning kung na-fulfill ni Senator yung requirement.
Yes. I think that that is something that everybody will want to review.
Sir, do you have a timeline?
No, I
para
cannot
dito?
issue a timeline because I don't know how. This is like a chess game.
Yeah.
It depends on how the parties move. Okay, then I will know when and how I will be able to resolve certain of their moves, no? Because this is only, as far as this case is concerned, parang initiatory pa lang yan, yung pumasok na pleading kahapon eh. So, that is the first step. That is only the first step in the chess game. So, we will have to see how it progresses and then we will know. Okay. Of course, the moment the matter is declared submitted, at least the incident, you have 30 days to resolve it.
30 days after September 13, sir.
No, not necessarily. Kasi kung mag-pleading pa sila marami pang
Marami
dadaanan
pang pwedeng
no?
ipasa ng
It's
mga
not-
documents.
Oo, marami pang. So, I really don't know how.
How long?
You don't ask me for a timetable. It's not fair for the court to be, for you to ask me for a timetable. Okay. But of course, knowing how important this is to the state, to
Yeah.
the people, of course we will try to come out with a resolution as soon as possible to rest it, not to so that people will be able to relax.
Pero pwede rin ma-TRO Judge, di ba? Kung if
That is up to
they-
the Supreme Court. That is what I heard this morning, by the way, in the news as a radio, that there might be a case filed by the camp of Senator Trillanes with a prayer for TRO.
So if ever mag-grant,
Kung mag-grant yun, you don't have to come here anymore. You can enjoy your activities elsewhere. Ganyan.
Judge, sabi kasi ni Prosecutor General kahapon, nung pag-review daw nila ng isang past order from this court na ginagrant yung mga application for amnesty, wala daw dun yung pangalan ni Trillanes. Have you been able to see that order?
Actually, it is not in one of the orders. Kasi parang dalawang order yun eh. Okay ha? So dalawang orders. Sandali lang.
Sige po.
Order
Okay.
covering sa Trillanes. Okay. But I don't know why, if you're going to ask me. Because that was done way ahead of my time. These things happened in 2011 or 2010. I assumed office here in 2012. So the only thing that I handled here basically was the decision in respect to two of the accused. Because they were the only two accused who did not avail of the pardon or the amnesty that was given. Sila lang, dalawa lang na hindi
Sir, yung dalawa lang yung nakahiwalay.
hindi. Dalawa lang yung nadesisyonan. there is a decision in this case, okay, involving two of the accused, because they were the only two who did not avail of the pardon. Of course, yung mga nag-pardon, meron din sa kanila eh. Okay, and those who they also did not avail of the amnesty. Sila lang dalawa. So we had a judgment there.
Certain San Juan, Bolo.
Yeah, I think that's the one. San Juan and Bolo. I sometimes forget already the name. I was the one who decided on the case.
Ano yung sa kanila, sir?
Convicted sila, but that conviction was reversed.
Okay.
Sa taas,
Okay.
CA. Okay, so that is also the
So sir,
situation.
si Senator Trillanes did apply for the amnesty.
Did apply. That is not, they
Based on
filed
the
a
record.
motion here. Okay, but whether they actually applied or not, hindi ko alam. They have to establish that because the records do not, we do not have this supporting documents or whatever in respect to the application.
Mhm.
Ang amin lamang ay yung motion, yung amnesty proclamation, okay, and then I think more or less.
So sir, sino lang ang may hawak ng records ng application, DND?
It should be them. I don't really know. Basta ang amin yung official lang, yung required official document for purposes of acting on the case, yun nga sa amin. Okay. Yun nga sa amin.
Just sorry may
Yes.
clarify lang.
Yes, yes,
Nabanggit nyo may separate order covering Trillanes. Can you elaborate on that, sir?
No, I think siguro lang what may have happened is that a group filed and then he filed, so
Mhm.
this were acted separately.
Mhm.
But I really don't know the actual what do you call chronology.
Sir, pero ano pong basically yung gist ng order covering Senator
It's
Trillanes?
just like the order for the senator and the order for the others are the same, citing only the what do you call that? Citing only the amnesty.
So sir, may order saying na may grant of amnesty si Senator Trillanes. From
Based on
which
the
court?
the tenor is based on the amnesty,
Kaya this
something to that effect. Kaya, that is me.
Judge,
Now,
go ahead.
Yeah.
Tingnan mo kami noong September
Ah.
2011, in September 2011
Okay.